Okay, so it seems like there's been something going on over in the Wuthering Waves Korea kind of community, and it's been a very interesting case that I wanted to cover, as not very many people would have known about this due to the fact of the kind of language barrier, and obviously the Korean community not really getting as much representation whenever it comes to just general news in general. I mean, you know, there's so much stuff going on in so many different regions, it's kind of hard to keep a track of, and well, it seems like recently Wuthering Waves did a collaboration with a company called Yogoods. Now, they put out this post, and I didn't know what this was at first, obviously, because it's entirely in Korean, but it seems that we have a full translation and a little bit of a kind of explanation as to what they were actually saying and to exactly what this was about, and it's to do with a collaboration with Wuthering Waves, which essentially they say this. This is on Arsenal Sketch Gaming, by the way. They kind of translated it, and it says, Wuthering Waves X Yogoods collaboration, image criticized by Korean players for offensive gestures. Yogoods promise to change the design. Now, obviously, they say here, hello, this is Yogoods. On June 20th, Yogoods posted the preview content of the Minjo collaboration silhouette, and we deeply apologize for causing concern to you with inappropriate content. We immediately deleted the content as soon as we recognized this inappropriateness, but we are deeply reflecting on the disappointment we have caused to many people. We have never ignored all the comments you have raised regarding this controversial image, and we take them to heart. We deeply regret that the inappropriate design, which was intended to capture the character's comfortable appearance, has such a negative impact on the enjoyment and readability of the Wanderers. We have immediately stopped all collaborations with the content designer in question. In addition, we are re-establishing our internal review process and applying stricter standards to preventing such an unfortunate incident from happening again. In addition, we are fully aware that some character gestures in the current silhouette screen may be inappropriate and may cause misunderstandings, and we're quickly working on revising the design. The final illustration with the revisions completed will be released as soon as possible. We at Yogoods promise to listen carefully to each and every one of your valuable feedback and to thoroughly review and improve all related processes internally. We sincerely apologize to our wanderers for the inconvenience and disappointment once again. Yogoods will be careful and responsible in the future. Thank you. Now, essentially, you know, I was very confused by this. Like, whenever I first saw it, I was like, okay, so what exactly, like, what offensive gesture did they include in a post like this? I thought maybe, okay, maybe they accidentally did like a little middle finger or something like that, you know, maybe one of those kind of gestures, but it's actually something a little bit different. It was this. Essentially, it was obviously, as you can see, it's a silhouette with, you know, I think that's Rover or maybe even Brand, I'm not sure. And then also Cantarella, I'm pretty sure, Cartethyia, and then Zani. And then obviously, as you can see here, Zani is doing this. Zani's doing that gesture, which obviously a lot of people will obviously take it as like a small, you know, whenever you're trying to say someone's got a small, you know, penis, you do that, you know. And obviously, lots of people are taking it like that. And I think that's a little bit too far. I mean, obviously, it does kind of look like it, but at the same time, it does just look like a little bit of a natural position. And obviously, they've gone ahead and like stopped working with the original artist who had actually worked on this. They said they cut off all, you know, contact and that they're working with someone else to change this. I think, yeah, going in like firing the artist over this is a little bit much, I would say. I feel like, you know, maybe you could just say to the artist, hey, could you change this? We don't really like this. But obviously, it's something that they take very, very seriously over in Korea, apparently. And this is something that I found out recently because there's another post about it, because someone else posted about it over on Twitter, saying, sorry for bringing up such a tiring topic. I use a translation tool, so some of these sentences might sound a bit off. But it said, Korean men genuinely believe that emoji is a symbol for mocking the size of male genitalia. They think female illustrators secretly include it to ridicule men. For example, some men point out that the hand gesture in the silhouette illustration of Zani by Yogoods looked like that, and demanded that it should be changed. Shockingly, Yogoods Korea accepted the complaint and issued an apology, saying that they would revise the illustration. It's absurd. They treat attacking designers like a sport, using it to boost their self-esteem. In the Korean gaming industry, controversies over that symbol occur regularly. So again, this isn't something that's just happened with this one post, and like it's just some sensitive people that are just getting, yeah, a little bit over the top about this kind of stuff. It's actually a, you know, very common thing that happens in the community, and a very, very common thing that happens in the Korean kind of gaming industry, where yeah, if that symbol appears anywhere, you might get attacked for it. And obviously I said, and if a hand gesture even slightly resembles that during a natural motion, they accuse the creator of misandry. In response, some game companies attempt to avoid backlash by dismissing female employees involved in the work. Ironically, most of women don't pay that much attention to the size of men's genitalia to begin with, yet these men continue to push these conspiracy theories as if it were a grand social agenda, which yeah, definitely seems very weird. And obviously it seems like this has been a ongoing issue in Korea in general, and not just with Wuthering Waves in particular, but obviously yeah, including something like this is obviously a bit of a issue, I guess, as well. Obviously we got DJ Kim here, obviously saying, you know, doing that with a can. You can see, you know, it's a pretty natural motion sometimes. It said, I get how ridiculous looking at every frame for that symbol is. Wasn't that this an actual feminist movement in Korea before the Megalia one, which again could be real, I'm not sure. They said, OMG, they're pathetic, not gonna lie, insecure. They said she's holding an energy drink. She's holding a cup or energy drink. Y'all really fly with the imagination. I think she's holding a cup. So again, yeah, I didn't really look into it too much, but it does seem like if you look at it, she is holding a cup, like you know, they put here. Again, I feel like, you know, it is just a natural movement, and I think people are, you know, way too you know, looking way too into it. And obviously if there has been an issue in the past with like massive feminist groups with using these kind of symbols, then I can understand why there's a little bit of controversy behind it. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was something that it was worth firing the artists over. I don't think it was anything worth like kind of getting rid of anything. I think honestly just making the revision so it doesn't show that and just kind of moving forwards should have been the real play, but obviously I think they were kind of pressured into getting rid of them due to the fact of, you know, a lot of men that, you know, wouldn't be happy with an artist like that working on it. And obviously they have like some kind of theory in their mind that there's some like big feminist working for the company that is trying to ruin everything, which obviously isn't the case. It's just a picture of someone holding a cup, as you can see there, and it's a little bit disappointing to see that this has been allowed to happen and that some people are seriously, you know, getting so annoyed over this. But again, you know, obviously this is like Korean only. It's not like this is happening over in the West or anything. There's no like, you know, big controversy over this. I'm pretty sure most people in the West have just all like unanimously agreed that it's a cup. Obviously, people in gacha gaming as well have been talking about it. The post has actually been locked for some reason. I don't know why. They said in additional context, the Korean version of the graphic, the main text lullaby, appeared to look similar to a whorehouse due to its stylized design. This sparked an initial backlash from a portion of the Korean Wuthering Waves community and other groups, as some suspected that the text in question might have been deliberately designed like this. The artwork was first taken down and republished to fix the text before later being taken down again, this time permanently, after continued backlash over the offensive gestures. So it's actually been taken down twice, which again is pretty interesting. So again, it had some text that was wrong maybe as well, which is, yeah, very interesting. They say the power to enrage the Korean male gamers just by moving the tips of your index fingers and thumbs closer together. They said meanwhile CM players males exist, and yeah, they're getting annoyed. So yeah, I mean, you know, people seem to just be making fun of them at the moment, which is yeah, pretty crazy. And yeah, I mean, you know, people say small penis energy strike again, so they're not beating the allegations. Said, sorry, I'm not Korean, so maybe I'm just a little ignorant, but I assume the character is just holding a glass from the top. Is it offensive in Korea? Just personal heads up in the future. And then they're like, oh, are you kidding me? I just spent my face so hard. I thought it was obvious that the character is holding a cup. The gesture of a small PB didn't cross my mind. I said it's because the conspiracy in China is that finger pinching is a symbol used by feminist groups to refer to guys and belittle them because they have a small penis or something like that. There's a Wikipedia article about it as well. There's a whole Wikipedia article about this, which is crazy, by the way. It's crazy there's a whole Wikipedia article about this as well. But yeah, it seems like this has been something that's been going on in Korea for quite a while, and this is just another example of it now hitting Wuthering Waves, which I think is pretty crazy. I mean, it's something that I've never really seen before in a community, but I guess it is something that has happened, and it is a concern for some male Korean players out there. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because again, it's a very interesting situation. I thought it was quite funny, and I thought it was quite interesting to look at. Obviously, this collaboration doesn't really affect me in the first place. I mean, you know, it's a Korean collaboration. But yeah, and you know, it's interesting. And obviously, yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code CASA, get 10% off again. They got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya.